Welcome to Leadership Unleashed, the show that will explore the multifaceted world of leadership through insightful interviews, thought-provoking discussions, and practical advice from leaders throughout Westchester County and beyond. I'm your host, Dr. Marsha Gordon, President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. Today, we're excited to bring you a special episode of Leadership Unleashed, featuring Christina Chan, Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Regeneron, a 2025 Hall of Fame winner of the Corporate Citizenship Award. I couldn't think of a company who deserves this award more than Regeneron. Christina, congratulations, and thank you for being with us today.
We are honored, and we love being part of the Westchester community, so we are very, very proud to win this award.
Well, thank you so much. And you might not know this, but years ago, Len Schleifer and George Yankopoulos actually won our entrepreneurship award. So you're a double award winner.
Oh, we love that. We love double awards.
We love it, yes. And we are so proud to also have Westchester Medical Center as the premier sponsor of the Leadership Unleashed podcast.
A lot goes into planning a birthday. For my daughter Cameron, it started with a stem cell transplant to cure her sickle cell disease. Yes, cure. Westchester Medical Center Health Network uses every technology, technique, and talented specialist to conquer diseases that could otherwise rob a child of childhood, helping my daughter and thousands of others at Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital. Happy birthday, Cameron.
Happy birthday.
WMC Health, advancing care here.
So before we begin, tell the audience a little bit about yourself and the work that you do as Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Regeneron.
So I say that I have one of the best jobs in the world. I would
agree with you.
I lead a team that is responsible for communications, patient advocacy, corporate responsibility, and our social impact. So a lot of that corporate citizenship work fits within my team, but really it is driven by the engagement and desires of our colleagues. So, my team gets to help put together some of the biggest programs we have, like our Day for Doing Good, which is Westchester's largest volunteer activation.
Incredible day, yes.
And it is a misnomer now. It is no longer a day. It is so big. We have over 50% of our employees that participate, which is well above national averages for volunteerism. And I think it's the reason why we now have a week of events, because we can't fit them all into a day, because our employees really dictate which nonprofits they want to work with. What are some of the community issues that they want to tackle? And what we found is it's just grown, and we have great, great engagement.
Well, I will tell you, it is something that is so appreciated. We're very proud of the Business Council of Westchester that we have over 155 not-for-profits as members. We are unusual for a business organization because we embrace nonprofits as part of the economic contributors, and they are businesses that run. They're just not-for-profit businesses, and mission oriented. So we thank you for really embracing this and growing this initiative. I remember when you began. So thank you so much. And for those who may not be familiar, how would you describe Regeneron and Regeneron's role in Westchester, in New York, and globally? And through the lens of corporate citizenship, how do you see Regeneron making a meaningful impact in the community?
Yes, it's a big question, and one I think that you have to start with science. So Regeneron is a science-first company. We are founder-led, and we have deep roots in Westchester. And our mission is to turn science into life-transforming medicines. And that sounds like a really big mission, and it is, but we actually have a proven track record. We already have 13 medicines that have been approved worldwide, and 4 of those are already deemed blockbusters, and they were grown here in Westchester, in our labs in Westchester. So when I say our roots are deep here in Westchester, it is absolutely true. And I think, as we talked about for Day for Doing Good, our community here has only grown. So now we have over 4,000 colleagues that are in Westchester alone.
That is incredible. That's incredible. And the campus has grown so much as well.
It is growing. We are continuing to expand. I think anybody that's driven by and came in around 1989 would not even recognize what it looks like now in 2025.
Yes.
And we're still growing. And I think it really just shows that we've been able to build a scientific innovation hub right here in Westchester.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. And as part of your social impact work, Regeneron is also deeply committed to supporting STEM education locally and STEM education beyond locally. What drives this company's commitment to these initiatives, and how do you see them shaping the future of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, for those of you who might not know, not only in Westchester but beyond?
Yes. So as a science-first company, we know that science, and we believe that science can address some of the biggest challenges we have. We look at it from a lens of how do we create and discover and develop new medicines, but we know science can tackle so much more. So building a STEM ecosystem in which you are bringing forward more scientists is incredibly important, not just for the future of biotechnology, but also for what we think is the world at large. And so a lot of our STEM education initiatives started here locally. We have been the sponsor of the Regeneron Westchester Science and Engineering Fair for over 20 years. And as we've grown and as we've seen that we want to have even broader impact, in 2019, we took on the title sponsorship for the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair, which is the largest science fair and the one that the Regeneron Westchester Science Fair feeds into. And I think that just shows that we've been dedicated to bringing forward these STEM students and highlighting how their work is going to really change the world. And we want to bring it to larger scale and also continue to build that here in Westchester.
We've been very excited also that some of our members' children have been winners and have moved on and moved up, and it's such an honor. You are really developing that next generation of scientists. I can't understand what some of their experiments even mean, just reading them.
Yes, I think that's the beauty of it. There are so many different sciences, and there's so many different ways to apply. I think one great example is that when we say we want to build the ecosystem, it's not just about investing in competitions. It takes a lot of work to get to those competitions. So one of our partners for many, many years has been the Yonkers Partners in Education.
One of my favorite organizations, YPI.
Absolutely. They've been such a fantastic partner because what they're helping us do is help students with science research. You can't join these competitions if you don't have access and you don't have mentors that can help you build your research for these competitions. And just last year was the first year in which one of the students that went through the YPI program made it as a Regeneron Science Talent Search Scholar. So we're really proud, and it's that investment.
That is something to be very proud of.
Yes.
That is. I remember I'm very committed to YPI and have been since the start. And they do incredible work with Regeneron support. Yes. So thank you. Thank you so much. And Regeneron has made significant scientific advancements over the years with nearly all of your medicines homegrown right here in Westchester, as you said. What's ahead for the company, and what can people look forward to coming from the labs?
We like to think that even with 13 approved medicines worldwide, that we have just started. We have a robust and diverse pipeline with over 40 drug candidates. And what we're doing is working night and day to try to bring those forward. And those are in areas of cancer, allergic diseases, obesity, and rare diseases. And we really are following the science. So we look at rare diseases as well as diseases that touch millions and millions of people. And we really want to see where the science takes us and where we think we can make the most impact.
It's incredible. And what are your thoughts on building and sustaining the workforce of the future? Your company, of all the companies in Westchester, really represents the workforce of the future. Many generations, but the younger generations also. What does that workforce look like in your industry?
Yes, I think it's part of the reason we're so dedicated to bringing forth and lifting up the next generation of STEM leaders, because we think that what it will take are incredibly creative, courageous, innovative people to move forward the biotech industry, but also to tackle other scientific challenges. And when we look at it, we know that there's obviously technical expertise, which is why we support these scientific competitions for high school students. But I think the other part of it is, how do you build that culture of collaboration and innovation so that people are really pushing and asking the hardest questions? And I think that that's what the workforce is going to require in order for us to have a healthy, thriving biotech community, is people who are not only technically experts, they're also really, really willing to push the boundaries of what science can do.
It's amazing. And do you have any sage advice for this future workforce?
I'd say my first thought would be to stay curious. Just as I said earlier, I think one of the things that we need to have in the next generation of scientists are people always willing to ask questions, willing to press the status quo, willing to fail, and then learn from those mistakes, because that's what we found, especially at Regeneron, that those mistakes are not always mistakes. They're something you've learned from. It's something that you can apply to the next therapy or the next approach to treating a disease. So my advice is to stay curious, but also that careers and career paths are not linear. That same idea of science being important to make mistakes. Sometimes in your career, it's about experience. It's about zigzagging along the way and collecting those experiences to help you figure out what is going to be your next step. So I think those would be my two.
That is wonderful, wonderful advice for people in all walks of life and in different companies. But Regeneron is really someplace very special. And what you give back to the community and what you give back through science, through kindness, through caring, is magnificent. And we are so proud to be giving Regeneron our corporate Citizenship Award at Glen Island Harbor Club on Tuesday, April 29th, along with other incredible Hall of Fame winners. And congratulations, Christina Chan, and to your entire team. The work that you do as Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs is so very much appreciated, as well as the entire leadership and the entire workforce at your wonderful company.
Thank you so much. We are so incredibly proud to be receiving the award and want to thank the Business Council of Westchester for the recognition.
And once again, we want to thank Westchester Medical Center for their wonderful sponsorship.